Hey there everybody, welcome back. This is Invest In, my name's Logan. In a previous video, I told you about the 0.99% interest rate that Tesla is currently offering on Model Ys. Well, we ordered one. We were contemplating it, but I'll be honest, that rate really convinced us. I know Tesla has some criticisms, of course, but given the other vehicles that we test drove, given some of the other options we were considering, we went ahead and we pre-ordered the Model Y. We went with the all-wheel drive, obviously the long range. We've got a 7-seat configuration, chose the tow package, we changed the paint color. So here's kind of what that process looked like for us. As I said, we knew that we were interested. We set up a demo drive on Tesla's website. If you go select one, it'll ask you for which location is nearest to you. You can pick a date and time that works best for you. And almost immediately after I confirmed our demo drive, I had a rep reach out to me via text and also call, just inquiring, wanted to know if they can get one on order for us right that day. And I said, you know what? We've rented a Model 3 before. We kind of know what we're dealing with, but I'd really like to experience the Y, and we haven't done that yet. I'd like to come up and demo one. And they said, yeah, of course. When I got up to our local dealership to demo drive, it was a pretty unusual experience in some regards. I didn't really know what to expect. They're obviously not a standard car dealership, but there was somebody that was ready to meet me at my time. As a matter of fact, he called me about an hour ahead of arrival just to make sure I was still coming in and kind of get some of the questions out of the way up front. What we were looking for, what we were hesitant on. And so we had probably a good 20-minute conversation before I ever even arrived. But when I did, he basically, after showing me around and again answering some more questions, just gave me one of the Tesla key cards and said, have fun, see you in a half an hour, go drive it. And also encouraged me to use the full self-driving that was available on that particular demo car. If you've never experienced the full self-driving, that is truly something different. The Teslas themselves feel a little unusual to sit in and operate, but that took it to the next level. So after our demo drive, we were pretty convinced again. We knew we wanted to take advantage of the rate. We knew we wanted the Model Y, but we were a little bit unsure 5-seat or 7-seat configuration. And we did end up going with the 7-seat configuration. As a bigger guy, I could sit in those back seats, but not comfortably. When we were talking to the Tesla rep, we sort of ended up with a couple possible use cases, one of which being kids sitting in the back, the second of which basically just making it an alternative over driving two vehicles. It might not be the most comfortable 2 seats in the world, but if it makes a difference of taking one vehicle or two, you could probably deal with being squished for a little bit, depending on the circumstances. So the last deciding factor, really, we wanted to customize the paint color. And we ended up doing that. We ended up with the blue paint color, but when we chose the 7-seat configuration, we basically got the color for free. It wasn't free, it was $1,000, but it wasn't $2,000 for the seats. When we chose the 7-seat configuration, it basically dropped the price for both options down to $1,000. So we wouldn't have necessarily paid $1,000 to change the paint color on its own, just from the 5-seat configuration, but we did end up paying $1,000 to change the paint to blue with essentially then the 50% discount on the 7-seat configuration. Kind of a package deal. We also ended up with the tow package for an extra $1,000, and I think we're pretty excited about it. Our delivery date is still not set yet, but basically we were able to complete the order process in person. Right on my phone, I was able to auto-populate all my information. We added a mobile charger and we added floor mats. So paying the $250 non-refundable order placement charge, plus the cost of the mobile adapter and the cost of the floor mats, etc. We did end up placing, the $800 order in person to basically secure the car with the rate, kind of lock everything in. And after we ordered, we have to then begin the process of completing the steps using the Tesla app. And what that looks like, as explained by the sales rep, is that basically the Tesla app operates in 3 different phases. Anybody can download the app. Anybody can use the app to order accessories or, certain parts and such, like the floor mats. But when you make an order for a new car, the app sort of configures from that first merchandise phase into the second phase, which is collecting information and guiding you through the process of taking delivery of the car. So, as shown here, what we ended up doing is using the app to supply our information, basically apply for that financing rate that we were already discussing. And we had to, supply our personal details. We had to supply our sources of, income, our 9-to-5 job details. Basically, when all the information was taken, we received notification that we were conditionally approved for the financing, and then had to upload some pretty simple documentation as far as supporting details for that application. Once we were conditionally approved on the financing, we did have to upload just a simple document or two as supporting details there. It's a very simple process just to upload to the app. There's a separate section on the app called Incentives that basically just guides you through eligibility for the current federal EV rebate. So that was nice to have and nice to have walked through. In addition to that, there's a tab for trade-in. If you're going to be trading in a vehicle, it will take the information, it will specifically ask for the VIN, and then take the information on your trade-in vehicle. That trade-in information may or may not be necessary depending on if you're going to be trading in a vehicle or not. I do not believe are going to be trading in a vehicle. So basically, once I tapped no, it immediately advanced and said, okay, you're all done here. No further tasks on this tab. And basically right now, we are waiting. We're waiting for a Model Y that meets our specifications to be assigned to us. Our delivery has not been confirmed, but we do have a range, date estimate for when we would be taking delivery of the car. We don't yet have our VIN number assigned. If you go in the app and tap on where it says vehicle details, right now our VIN is empty. When that populates, the app will advance a little bit further because that VIN is going to be necessary to input insurance information, etc. There's a few other tasks once that happens. Also, kind of confirming and scheduling pickup or delivery. And the last topic that I really wanted to talk about was some advice for our particular situation when buying the car. We had previously spoke to our CPA and gotten some, financial advice from him. So please don't consider this to be financial advice for you. This is just educational, what we are doing. But as we own and operate our short-term rental business, this car is going to be driven some for personal use and some for business. We were unsure if we should purchase the vehicle as our business taking actual vehicle expenses when we went to, file taxes, etc., or if we should apply as people and then just simply continue to track mileage for the vehicle, which is basically what we've been doing in our current vehicles that we use mixed use, because those we had before even owning the business. So basically what our advice is to not apply as a business, to simply apply as a person. And our Tesla rep as well had kind of confirmed that and said that he did not believe the promotional 0.99% rate would apply if we attempted to, buy the car as an LLC. Not that they wouldn't sell it to us, they absolutely would, but he said he did not believe that the promotional rate would be eligible, that it was only when sold to a person. And this is something that we had already speculated. Our CPA, again, had echoed that, yeah, we probably should, especially with the amount of mixed use that it was going to see. It would probably just be more advantageous for us to continue to track miles, take the mileage deduction. And this would be especially true with a, super fuel efficient type vehicle. I know it's an EV and it doesn't take gas, but especially if we had a big truck, that IRS standard mileage rate wouldn't go quite as far with a gas guzzler versus something like this that we know does not. So at the end of the day, we do have our Model Y on order. I'll keep you up to date as that process unfolds, especially with the news that was recently released that Tesla is no longer offering the 0.99% rate on 72-month terms. So the month of May is almost over. There is still time. I just verified on the website this morning that the 0.99% rate is still there. It is still eligible for Model Ys, just not for the 72-month term. The 80-month was always out. That was at 2.99%, which is still pretty low. But now the 72-month term has dropped off the 0.99, and for 72 months, they are now offering sort of an intermediary 1.99% rate. So not as low, but still quite good if you're looking for that 72-month term. So don't forget to take advantage of this before the month ends if it's something that you're looking to do. And I'll keep you informed and up to date as our car arrives and how we end up using it for our business. So thanks again for watching. This is Logan. I'd love it if you liked and subscribed. We're trying to grow our channel, Invest In. I'll see you in the next one.